Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having an absolutely lovely day and are very excited for our video. If you're new, please do click that subscribe button and ring the bell so that you're alerted to all of my upcoming videos, and head over to my Instagram and give me a little follow there as well. In today's video, you'll have seen from the title, we have a Love Island special. Are you guys as obsessed with it as I am? Now, I hope you are, because then you're going to love this video. But also, if you're not, you're also going to find a budget-friendly tutorial hidden amongst this video. So you're going to love it, even if you're not watching Love Island. But I'm pretty sure that you'll have kept up to date roughly with what's going on. But I have a little bit of a sneaky peek, a little bit of an exclusive for you, because guys, as you may or may not know, Look Fantastic are the official beauty partners of Love Island this year, which is so cool. And they gave all of the contestants a makeup bag or a goodie bag or whatever you want to call it, full of products. And I have been able to see what is inside. So see basically what the Love Islanders have had in their goodie bags, what they're using and what they're loving, because I have been informed by Look Fantastic which products are their faves, which is pretty cool, right? So I thought we'd chat through it. I'd show you a sneaky peek inside their makeup bags, and then I'm going to do a tutorial using all the products that the Love Islanders are loving and using themselves this series. Just to give you a sneaky peek, this is the makeup bag that I am keeping all my stuff in. This isn't the actual bag they were given, obviously, but these are all of the amazing products that they are using and loving, and all of the ones that I have picked from the selection that they were given to use for myself, because you know, I've only got one face and I can't use like an entire villa's worth of people's stuff at once, because otherwise that'd be crazy, right? But we have got makeup, we have got skincare. There is also a full list on the Look Fantastic website, so you can go visit, check it out. There's lots of 3 for 2s there. So because everything is from the budget-friendly brands, there's like, I think we've got some Maybelline, some Garnier, lots of L'Oreal, lots of NYX, and there's a couple on 3 for 2, so you can get some real bargains. Also remember that you can use Lady Rights as a code at the checkout for an extra 20% off, just from me to you. You're welcome. And that will get you even more. So you've got 3 for 2, you've got my 20% off code. So there's absolutely no reason not to splurge and have yourself a little budget-friendly haul like I did. I purchased all of these products. I bought them last week, so I've been kind of really excited to try them, because a lot of you guys have requested a budget-friendly, like high street type brand look and tutorial. So I've done that for you, and this is the look that I created. Keep watching, you'll see it very soon. But I wanted to talk through some of my favourite products, and everything I use in the tutorial is from the Love Island makeup bag. How cool is that? Okay, so I will start by saying that the NYX products that I picked were things that I have wanted to try anyway. So we've got things like an eyeshadow palette, we've got some of their lip products, which were very exciting, and also the foundation that I'm using in today's video. Keep watching, I was very surprised by how it performed. We've also got lots of L'Oreal as well. So again, another great budget-friendly brand. And then we've also got things from Garnier and the skincare stake. So we have covered all of our bases with a nice mix of products that aren't going to break the bank. Now, as I said, guys, as you watch the tutorial, you're going to hear some of the products that I have been told exclusively from the team at Look Fantastic that these are the ones that the girls in the villa are absolutely loving. So you can take it from me that every product I've used here has the Love Island seal of approval. So without further ado, guys, let's dive into the tutorial. You guys, come here. Oh, hi. This is a very close-up angle of my face, and with no makeup, it's not the prettiest, so I do apologise, but we are going to dive right in to the tutorial, which I hope you'll enjoy. Now, the first item that we're going to start with is the Garnier. This is the Garnier Organic Moisturiser. So it's like a day cream. I am priming my skin now before any makeup prep with a moisturiser at the moment. I've tried lots of actual primers, but for me, a great moisturiser should also do the same. Haven't tried this before, I'll be totally honest, but if the girls and guys from Love Island are raving about it, then we'll give it a go, we'll whack it on our face. And I think some of the brands on the Look Fantastic site are like on 3 for 2. This may be one of them, like the skincare from Garnier, maybe on the 3 for 2, I'm not sure, but definitely check that out. But we're gonna go right in and pop that on. Only just applying a little bit like you would do your normal moisturiser. I'm just going to rub in. Now, there are also some other items from that range, which we will get to later. The next one, obviously the first major step of any makeup application, is our foundation, which I have not yet tried this. I've got to be honest, guys, I have not tried anything new from NYX in flipping ages. NYX, NYX, everybody says it different, so This is the Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I have got the shade Natural. Now, I'm excited to try this because it says it's full coverage foundation, which is what I go for. It is on the list of things that the girls in there are loving. So I think if they're loving it like in the heat of being in a villa under the sun all day and stuff like that, then surely that's got to mean it's pretty good, like full coverage, stands up all day. So we will just apply it and see. Now, this is like the match for all of my other colour foundations, but I'm not sure if it's going to be too dark. If it is, we will have to tone it down, but here we go. Okay, so it's coming out actually quite liquidy for a full coverage foundation. I've never seen like a, look, it's like almost, it's running down my finger, which that doesn't happen with my full coverage foundations. Oh, actually, when I'm putting it on my skin, like this is not looking too dark. Like usually I can tell straight away if something's going to be way too dark for me because it looks just really orange as I'm dabbing it on. Obviously, I'm going to apply with a brush, but I just find it easier to just dab straight on the skin and then buff.
What happened to us? What happened to all the love we always took for granted? Are we stranded? Is it too late? Is it too late to color feelings that have faded? Complicated. I'm waiting for an answer, waiting for a sparkle to come to ignite love.
That's actually really nice coverage, isn't it? And it looks quite nice. It's very thin when you apply it. I'm definitely going to say that, but it's given a nice coverage. I think I definitely need just a little bit more over my cheekbones, maybe some up here. So we're just going to reapply that and then hopefully we'll be good to go. Okay, so I have just touched that up and I've got to be honest guys, looking at this coverage, I'm really impressed. Like that's given me the same full coverage that I love from things like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, which I swear by, but this is giving me the same sort of full coverage and it doesn't feel cakey. Like there's not many full coverage foundations that I actually love in the sense of they don't feel too heavy on my skin, because even my trusty Double Wear does feel heavy and I'm honest about that. It does feel heavy on the skin, but this, I mean, it's not covering up my blemishes, and obviously I do battle breakouts, adult acne sometimes around my jawline a little bit, so that is definitely more noticeable for me, but the rest of the coverage has really evened out my tone. Very impressed. I can see why the Love Islanders are loving this. Okay, now next up was my first L'Oreal product from the list of things that are hiding in the Love Islanders makeup bags. It is the Infallible Concealer. Now, I picked up two shades because this is what I'm going to contour with. As you guys know, I don't really wear concealer. I have just dabbed some on those little blemishes that were peeking through the foundation, but I don't really reach for concealer for what it's actually intended for. I conceal like very occasionally if I need to, but it is rare I use it. However, I do use my concealers to contour with all the time. So I thought that these were a really, really good option. They look very much like, you know, the Tarte brand, their Shape Tape. It looks like it's got the same texture. If it's got the same payoff and coverage, I'm going to be really happy, but it's called More Than Concealer and I got the shade, what shade is this? I got 320 Porcelain, which will be for under my eye, and I also got 336 Toffee, which is probably, I'm not sure on this one if it's going to be the right shade. It's either going to be too dark or too light, but we'll see when I get it on. But we're going to go straight in. I've got makeup on my hands and now I can't get this off. Oh my gosh, that is like such a major first world problem, isn't it? Okay, so it comes on a lovely wand like this, very much Shape Tape vibes, and I'm just going to apply under the eye. Oh, the texture is a lot more liquidy, obviously like the foundation actually, a lot more liquidy than some of my others. And then we are going to just add those funny little lines that you see. I mean, they don't need to be perfect because you're going to blend them in a little bit on the nose and some down here too. Then we're going to take a brush, just any old brush, and buff in like this. I prefer to dab rather than pull when I'm contouring because I don't know about you, but I have some fine lines. We all have contours on our face, and if you pull product into it, especially concealer, I always find that it actually highlights and emphasizes them more, so I tend to go for more of a dabbing motion. Now this is really lightening the area, like look, you can see a huge difference there. That's very, very light. So obviously I'm going to pull it back where it's gone a little bit too white with the contour, but very impressed with the colour. It's definitely lightening the under eye area and giving us that highlight that we want from the contour. Okay, so that's done such a good job. I actually look a little bit like Casper the Ghost now, don't I? But that's what we want. We want really, really light under the eye. So now I'm going to go in with the toffee shade just to add my contour. Now, because I'm a little bit unsure about this shade potentially being too dark, I'm going to be very, very sparse with it. Like, I'd usually pull like a whole line, but we're just going to do a few dots because I think when I blend this it's going to be dark, but I'm a professional. We're going to work with it, peeps. Okay, always pull your contour shade up because what that's doing is accentuating your cheekbones. If you apply in other methods like I have done for years, I was wondering why it never looked quite right, but actually, as long as you're pushing up, you should be getting that really nice like highlight difference. So. So again, I'm actually really pleasantly surprised with how that's come out. That has contoured very nicely. It's blended well. I mean, guys, if you watch my channel, if you read my blog, then you know that I'm very much a premium beauty lover. But this year, one thing you said you wanted to see more of was like the budget stuff. So far, for my first like budget tutorial, I'm impressed. Oh. Okay, so I'm now going to set with the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Powder. I'm going to take my makeup sponge, and this is always how I set my under eye and my whole face, with a sponge, just dabbing like this all the way across. I find it gets much better coverage. The powder lasts longer and it makes my makeup last longer. I've used brushes, I've used different like flat sponges, no other application. So like if you are also oily skinned, this is the way that you will set to your face, and it will basically then make your makeup just last so much longer. Again, this powder is looking nice. It's very clear. It's a little bit whiter than I'm used to because I use the Laura Mercier one. And that's translucent, so it's not white, it's not cream, it's just like in between. But this one, again, is a budget-friendly option. And if it works well, not going to be complaining. Guys, I'm not going to lie, I am super impressed with my complexion base. Like, that is the complexion pretty much done. Now, on to the bronzer. We're going to go for another L'Oreal one. Again, coming from the makeup bag of the Love Island. This is the Back to Bronze. It's a matte powder, which obviously we want because some of us have oily skin and we cannot wear shimmery blushes, shimmery bronzers, unless we're going for a really kind of glowy look. And I can't pull that off for every day. So I'm going to open this. This is, I think it's like one shade. I don't think there's options in this. And then we're just going to dust over the cheekbones just to kind of finish off where we've contoured. Okay, and then just adding over the top. Okay, so for blush, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Life's a Peach, and obviously I'm enjoying the L'Oreal products in this tutorial because we've got the matte bronzer, we've got the two concealers, we've now got the blush. So L'Oreal is obviously a favourite with the Love Islanders, as is NYX, Garnier. There's a lot of, I mean, they're pretty much all the products that they have taken in their makeup bags, guys, are the budget-friendly stuff. So the fact that they can look as good and as sexy as they do in all kind of like all the stuff they've got and been given in their bags, is all budget friendly, so it just shows that you and I can also achieve that too. Okay, just going to take some of our blush and just apply to the apples of the cheeks. Very gentle, very subtle, just a tiny little bit. Okay, I am going to have to cheat a little bit here because my order for my highlighter, which was, I think it was a Maybelline one, again I'll link below because that's the one I would have been using and the one that those guys are using in Love Island, but mine didn't arrive. I ordered it last week and it's like still says it's in transit. So I'm just going to have to use like a normal highlighter that I've already got just to kind of finish it off because, you know, we're talking Love Island looks and they like to be glowy and those girls are killing it right now. So let's just dust over. done. Oh, I'm actually really enjoying doing this tutorial. I must admit, I haven't done a tutorial in a little while because I've been busy with other types of videos, but I did film one last week. I got to the whole end of the video and I was like, oh, that's going to be a really fun one. I went to edit it and I realised that the mic hadn't recorded properly. I mean, that again is another first world problem, but you know, as a YouTuber, that's a bit of a pain when you've spent an hour filming a video and then the coverage is all gone. So I'm really pleased with how this one is going. The mic is definitely recording and so is the camera, so hopefully we won't have any problems, but I think we are now ready to move on to the eyes. Now, according to my lovely friends at Look Fantastic, they have actually told me that one of the main pieces of feedback they have had from the girls in Love Island regarding all of their beauty products is that they are loving the eyeshadow palettes. Now, when you look on Look Fantastic's website, you will see that a lot of them that they have been given are the NYX ones. Now, I decided to pick up the Warm Neutrals palette because A, it's beautiful, and B, it's probably the most versatile and easy to use one because they're like your everyday tones. But the fact that the girls have fed back to Look Fantastic that they are loving these palettes was like enough for me to make sure that this is one that I would snap up and use in this tutorial. Now, the great thing about this palette is the fact that it has got lots of your everyday neutral colours. You've got mattes and shimmers in there to create a really nice, pretty much easy look, to be honest. I'd like to have seen some more glitter in there. There's no glitter, which, as you guys know, I love. But we're going to work with it anyway, and hopefully we'll just create a nice everyday look. Now, I've got my brushes, and I'm wondering, should I bring you a little bit closer? Do you guys want to see this a little bit closer? Okay, I decided to bring you a little bit closer because, you know, we're getting close. Hopefully it's not off-putting. What we are going to do, looking at this palette, we are going to start low and build. Are we, Chloe? Okay. We're going to try this shade here. Now, it may be a bit of a nothing shade, but we're going to go with it. So I'm going to take a large, fluffy brush and then pull into the crease starting from the outside. And I just want to see really if this shows up because it's a very flesh tone. Have a look. A little bit. You can see the difference. So we'll use it. And I always like to obviously use the same on both eyes because nobody wants unmatched eyes, do they? So let's go over here. I probably won't use a huge amount of this one, but we'll pull it over and keep blending. Okay, so we've got a base of a shadow there, which is quite nice. I think now I'm going to have to go in a lot darker, I think. So we're going to go in with this kind of terracotta shade, I think it's called. Again, using the big fluffy brush because we won't do too much of a smoke until we've got kind of the transition shades. And if you don't know what transition shade means, basically that is the shade that takes your lid colour to your brow kind of and creates that really nice like flawless like flow that looks natural. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take a darker shade with a smaller fluffy brush. This is going to give me a little bit more control with where I put it and create a deeper smoke. So although I could technically apply with the same fluffy brush, that won't give me as much control and it won't look as dark and sultry in the crease, which is what I want. So I think I'm probably going to go in with this shade here. This is a really nice dark brown. I'm just going to take a little bit up on the brush and very small circular motions all the way through where the line on my eyelid is naturally. Okay, so to me that's still looking a little bit warmer than I want it to, so I'm actually going to go in with the really dark grey brown, which is a cool tone brown with the same brush. I just need to start cooling this down just a little bit, otherwise we're going to have a really like orangey eye, and that is great when you are in Love Island and in the sun, but here we are currently in the midst of winter, so I can't be rocking that when I go and pick my kids up from school later. Okay, so now what I'm going to need to do, because there aren't any real glitters in this palette, I will need to prime my eyelid with just a little bit of the concealer that we used earlier from the L'Oreal one. I'm just going to use just a normal brush and apply just a tiny little bit just to my lids, just so that there's a little bit of like sticking power when I put the lid shades on. Okay, so now that that's done, we are going to go in with this shade here, which is a kind of minky looking shade. And I really hope that this performs well because I do like this shade quite a lot. It's like my go-to type colour. So we're just going to apply. And like I said to you guys before, dab on to the lid. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Oh, very pretty. Dab on again, don't pull because it will just pull into the creases of your eyelid. And just emphasize them, which is not what we want. I really like that colour. This palette is, again, another really nicely performing one. Impressed with the budget buys from Look Fantastic here. Definitely need to revisit like a drugstore beauty tutorial. Like, need to go do some serious shopping, I think. Okay, while that is just kind of setting, I'm going to take probably this terracotta-y orange one, just very, very carefully under the lash line so that it kind of pulls the eyelid together. Can't do this with an attractive look on my face, like I'm like this, like an actual ghost. Very subtle, but it just pulls the eyelid together. So when we apply our mascara, that will just sit really nicely underneath. Okay, so I may actually just try a tiny bit of this like champagne-y tone up here. I'm just going to see, like, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's nice and pigmented. That's a nice champagne tone. I'm going to just apply from the inside, just a tiny little bit. Just so we've got a little bit more of like a flow, like starts light and gets darker towards the outer eye. Okay, now I feel like I've lost the smoke a little bit, which is quite natural at this stage because I always revisit the smoke afterwards. So I'm going to take my big fluffy brush once again, go back to, I was going to revisit the terracotta, I think, just to pull back some of that colour again. And like I said to you guys, like, you don't need to be perfect with each stage of your makeup because it's not really until you get to the end of each part that's when you should be able to see it together. I know some of my friends are like, oh my gosh, but like, shouldn't it be together by now? No, it takes ages to like build an eye look, build a complexion look, so just play with it until you're happy with it. And I love playing with makeup, so I definitely recommend that you just take your time and enjoy the process. So again, I'm going to go in with a really dark brown again. Now I just want to smoke that eye a little bit more. Okay, I'm really pleased with the eye look. It's looking really cute, isn't it, for a bargain palette? Very impressed. I am now going to just jump off camera to do my brows because that's not something I can do on camera because I have to like lean really close to the mirror. Brows are not my speciality, so I'm just going to do them off camera. Hold that thought. Okay, I'm back. So that is the brows donezo. Also did notice that the concealer under my eyes had actually, you can probably notice if you just move the little cursor back on the video, it had really sunk into the line. So I've just had to, that's why my eyes are a bit watery, I've just had to like buff them and blend them quite a lot just to get rid of that, but that's okay. Concealer in the under eye area can sometimes be a bit tricky, but hopefully now I've blended it a bit more once it had already set. Hopefully that will stop it happening again. Now, what are we going to do next? Now, I always finish with my lips, so that means that lashes are next. Now, there weren't any lashes in the bags of the Love Islanders, and I'm pretty sure that we can all guess why that is because they probably all have lash extensions based on previous years, so they probably don't need the falsies, but I'm just going to go and apply mine right now. Wait, before we actually do it, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Paradise mascara just to coat the lashes just a little bit, just so that basically the lashes have got something to cling on to. Just a few little coats. I do love this mascara. I can totally see why they absolutely love it in there and why it is in the goodie bags for them, because this is such a good everyday concealer. It's one I've been rebuying religiously. It's a great dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex guys. That is a massive hint for you right there. I used to be obsessed with that. I still am. I still have it. I never run out of it. But this one is just as good and a lot less. So now we've got something on our lashes already. We should be able to go straight in with the falsies. Oh, hello. Isn't it amazing what a pair of lashes can do? Like, they can completely pull together that eye look that I told you would come. And we are done with the eyes. We are almost there through our cute little Love Island inspired tutorial. We're just going to finish with the lips. And again, can you guess what brand we are going to be visiting? Yes, we're going to be using some more NYX because, I mean, I have wanted to revisit their lovely lip formulas for a while because I've seen quite a few people rave about them recently. So I picked up 3 of the lip shades. Now, these formulas are all raved about and used by and were given to all of the Love Islanders. So I've gone for the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Stockholm. I've also then gone with the Butter Gloss, which is a very similar shade that I thought that would like top it nicely because I'm not always a matte kind of girl. This is in the shade Madeline. And then I also picked up one of their liners. This is a matte lip liner and it says it's in the shade Fetish. So I thought that those 3 would be like a really good shade combo. So I'll line the lips. I'm not sure if this is going to be a little bit too light, but I thought we're going for a nude look. So let's see how it goes. And I will just line my lips and then go in with the matte lipstick.
What happened to all the love we always took for granted? Are we stranded? Is it too late?
And now we've done that, we're going to go in with a soft matte lip cream. This is the shade Stockholm.
Complicated. I'm waiting for an answer, waiting for a sparkle to come to ignite love. I need no second chances.
That is a really lovely colour actually, and it does definitely live up to its name of a butter formula. It literally felt like butter when I was applying it. It's got a nice little pinky tone as well as being a lovely nude. I'm just going to apply the Madeline gloss on the top. And we're done. There we have it, guys. How cool. I am loving this look. I have meant to do a budget friendly tutorial for ages, and this has obviously just become that, so I'm super pleased with it. The complexion products, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, obviously always being honest, that concealer has gone into the lines again, even though I have brushed it in, so maybe it's a little bit not the right formula for the under eye area. However, I did love how much it lightened, so maybe I just kind of do this part of my cheeks with it as well as the other bits, because I love the way the 3 complexion products work together. That foundation is amazing. Didn't cover my blemishes, but that was fine for me because it was the most full coverage skin tone evening foundation that I have tried from a budget brand in ages that actually gave me the same sort of like even coverage. Really liked that. Very impressed. So yeah, I really like this look. I love how affordable everything was, and I can totally see why all of the Love Islanders are raving about these products. So yeah, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below if this is a look that you will recreate yourself. I should recreate, or I meant to say be recreating. That's what happened there. Let me know if you'll be recreating this or picking up any of these products. As I said, guys, use code LADYWRITES at the checkout at Look Fantastic for 20% off. There are some exclusions, but you'll be able to bag an absolute bargain. And I will say that some of these brands are on 3 for 2 as well, so there's no excuse not to shop, right? Now, I must also say that there are in some of the Love Islanders favourites some skincare bits, which I also just really quickly want to show you. How many times have I raved to you guys about this? This is my go-to micellar water. I use it every single day, every single night. It is amazing. It's the Garnier one. It's just fantastic. It takes everything off. I do use now a reusable cloth rather than cotton pads, but this is highly recommended, and again, it's one of their favourite products. There is also a lovely L'Oreal eye makeup remover because, as you guys know, I had that problem with my eyes over Christmas, and I'm being super careful with what I use on my eyes. And even though this is very gentle, I just felt a bit better about having like an everyday eye makeup remover, and this L'Oreal one is a gentle one, so it gets all my makeup off, all of the eyelash glue, everything that I use, and it doesn't irritate my eyes. So also really like that. And then 2 little like treat bits from Garnier. Again, this was part of the range that I told you about. Do you remember the moisturiser that I used at the beginning of the video as the primer? This is the same range. It's the organic range, and this is the hydrating mist. Now, I don't need any of this right now, but in about 2 hours, when I've sat under these lights filming another video, I'm going to feel my skin is dry, and this, oh my gosh, guys, it perks up my skin. Now, I've used a lot of like setting sprays, moisturising sprays. The Omra Vitska is an amazing one, but it is very, very premium. This is a budget-friendly version, and it just hydrates. So again, if like the Love Islanders are using it to like perk their skin up in the day under the heat, I can totally get it, because sitting under my filming lights makes me so super hot. So that's another really good one. And of course, a face mask. I do love the vitamin C shots. I've featured these on my blog before. You have the cloth, the sheet mask here, and then you like break the 2 packets together, and the serum goes all over the cloth as you do it. So you like mix it up and then you put it on and you're good to go. So they also had some skincare favourites within their kind of goodie bags that they were given by Look Fantastic, which was good because obviously when you're in the sun all the time, you're going to need loads of different things to like keep yourself looking fresh. So guys, there we have it. That is my Love Island special. What do you think? I really hope you've enjoyed this video and this tutorial. It was so much fun to do, and I'm really loving this look. Like, I didn't expect to love it as much as I do, but I'm really loving it. So very happy with all of my little products. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video on Love Island. Let's have a gossip in the comments. Who are you thinking is going to be the winning couple? Do we think we can see it yet? I'm not entirely sure, but we will have to keep watching, because obviously there'll still be loads more people to come in. Like, it's one of the few series where they keep bringing people in all the way through, isn't it? So I'll be intrigued to see who keeps coupling up and hooking up, and if anything happens in the hideaway. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this year's contestants as well, and are you watching? And also make sure you click subscribe, ring the bell, and head over to my Instagram and give me a little follow there too. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Really hope that you've enjoyed it, and I'll look forward to seeing you for the next one very soon. Bye.